Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, sir. You can start now. Sir.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Good evening, my dear students. Once again, you are all are warm welcome to the wonderful session of the biological class. Today, what we are going to discuss, the continuity of the ecosystem, particularly already we discussed altitude sickness. The condition what happened when the altitude is increases each and every 1000 meter 6.5 degrees Celsius, it will be reduced. And the condition is called as hyperglycemia, hypoxemia. So what are the symptoms also reduced during that conditions? Already we discussed that part. And the next one is the adaptation of the heat. Okay, adaptation of the heat also already we discussed. So that time what happened? What are the physiological changes which occur in the plant as well as the animal? That things also already we discussed. And then Camp cycle, crassulaceous acid metabolisms. Okay, here what are the content, how it will be the plant nature, that things also already we discussed, isn't it, my dear? Because the presence of xerophytes, it is mostly what happened, succulent nature, succulent, the plant leaves are succulent. Okay, and not only that, and also the one of the very important amino acids that is called as proline is also deposited. It is fights for the stress conditions. That things also already we discussed. And adaptation to the water scarcity. Already we discussed Gangaru rate. They will not take even a single drop of water. Okay, that things also already we discussed. And 90% of the water molecules absorbed from the or taken from the breakdown, water produced by the respiratory breakdown. Okay, so that's enough for the lifelong. Okay, whereas the remaining 10% obtained from the food only. So already we discussed that part also. So this is the Gangaru rate, otherwise called as desert rate, also already discussed. And the last one is called as what is it? Camel. Okay, the camel, just imagine, it is also one of the desert animal, isn't it, my dear? See here, the camel has a number of adjustments to the desert conditions economically in water consumption, minimizing surface exposure, tolerance to the fluctuation of the temperature, no sweating till the body temperature increases to 55 to 66 degrees Celsius. There is no sweating, isn't it, my dear? This is very, very important. Okay, when the sweating is occurs, that time we need to consume the water molecules. So there is no sweating. That's why such type of animal, they will not drink the water molecules during that stress conditions. Okay, my dear. And the next one is already even when the water is available, the camel, what they will do, see that can rehydrated again. They consume the water molecules itself quickly by drinking large quantity of water, some 80 liters in 10 minutes. Imagine within 10 minutes, how many liters of water molecule they can consume? 80 liters of water molecule they consume. Okay, 1 minute 8 liters, like that. Okay, up to this level we will finish it in the last class. Today we are going to discuss the remaining portion, my dear. So here the adaptation in aquatic environment. There are so many animals living together, isn't it? Plant as well as animals also. They are all collectively called as aquatic. Those who are all which animals, they depends upon their water or under living the water, they are all collectively called as aquatic. That environment is called as aquatic environment, isn't it, my dear? So the plants also called as hydrophytes. What is the name of the plant is no hydrophytes because it lives only in the water. Large, what is that? Area of water. Here what happened, hydrophytes, how it will be lives, it's one of the specialized tissues present in it. The specialized tissues called as parenchyma. The parenchyma is nothing but the large air space between the cell. Okay. So the presence of the parenchyma, the large air space is that the air space is filled with the air. So what happened, due to this conditions in the leaves and petioles, parenchyma help to transport oxygen produced during the photosynthesis and permits its free diffusion to other parts. Parenchyma is also one of the tissue. Okay, but there is a space is there during the structure already studied in the what is that? Leaf structure or stem structure. You can easily identify how it will be. See here. So take an examples of the outermost part. Okay, which one the outermost. Imagine. Okay, see here. Sorry. The color is, you have to change it, isn't it? Okay, then only it will be better for understanding. Okay, this is the outermost layer of the root or stem, whatever it may be. Suppose if it is root, that is considered as a, what is that? Epidermis, isn't it? Epidermis, isn't it, my dear? Okay. Suppose if it is leaf, what happened? The cuticle is present in it. It's in outermost layer is cuticle. Followed by there is a space is there in this part. In this part. Okay. So here how it will be look like here. See the structure. So there is a small iso nature. Okay. So there are so many cell structures present in it. This part is called as what is it? Cortex. Okay. Cortex, isn't it, my dear? Cortex. Here already in our but there is a root formation, is there? There is a otherwise called as root has also present in it. So in this space, what happened? There is a space in between the one cell to another cell, adjacent cell. What happened? There is a space like this. See here. Okay. You know the difference between these two. This space is called as parenchyma. This is called as parenchyma. Here what happened? Air is filled, isn't it? Air is filled. So the structure is what happened? Completely filled with the air. So it has a specialized capacity that is called as buoyancy. It can floating. Okay. Floating nature. Because the presence of parenchyma. What happened? Inside, what happened? The intracellular space is that the intracellular space is filled with the air. So okay, they can have the specialized, what is that? Properties is called as buoyancy. Okay, my dear. Okay. See this one. See this one. The parenchyma help to transport oxygen produced during the photosynthesis and permit its free diffusion to the other parts. These tissues also important buoyancy to the plant. Then only the plant it will be floating on the surface of the water molecules. That is very, very important. Okay. So there are so many plants have been reported. Okay. See here. One example has given. So this is the structure of the aquatic plant. Okay. So this is considered as the outermost layer is called as, what is that? Epidermis. Which one? This part, this part is considered as a epidermis. Okay. This part. So the outermost part is called as epidermis. See, wait a minute. I have to increase the, okay. So this part, this part. Okay, my dear. So this is considered as a epidermis. Okay, my dear. Epidermis. So in the outermost layer. Okay. The innermost layer, this part, this part already mentioned here. This is considered as a cortex. Okay. Then inner what happened? There is a endodermis, like that. Suppose if it is a endodermis, then inside xylem phloem is present. This one is called as, what is it, plant leaf structure or stem structure. Okay, like that they have given. Particularly, what happened here? So there is a space in between the, which one, the intracellular space is there. Okay, the structure will be like this. Okay, structure, sorry. The intercellular space is there. Okay, media. So the intercellular space filled with the, what is that? Air. In this part, air is also there. That can the specialized, what is that? Property is called as buoyancy. Okay, media. So this is the part. See the structure, you can understand. Okay, the outermost layers. Imagine, so this is the outermost layer. Okay, epidermis. This is considered as a cortex. In this part, just imagine up to this level to up to in this portion. That is considered as a cortex, and also having the, what is that? The intracellular space. Here there is a intracellular space. Okay, they are all filled with the, which one, filled with the air. Already we discussed that part or no, isn't it, my dear? Air. Okay, so this part is called as endodermis. So this is the important points. Okay, mostly present the aquatic habitat. Okay, my dear. See here. Adaptation in saline water. What is the meaning of saline? Already you know about salt concentration is high. Such condition is called as, what is that, such condition are called as, what is that? Saline environment. See here, the one of the most important Marsi habitat already studied in the bacteria, that is called as halophilic or archaeobacteria. You studied, isn't it, my dear? Archaeobacteria. The archaeobacteria mostly lives in the high salt concentration, that is called as halophilic in nature. They can survive in the high concentration even in the Dead Sea. Already studied, isn't it? Here also we are going to discuss about some of the saline environmental, particularly the halophytes. Okay, halophytes are a plant of saline environments which are adapted to grow in a high concentration of the salt. This is very, very important. High concentration of the salt in soil or water. You can take an example, any medium, whether it may be soil, whether it may be water. Such type of plants are called as halophytes. The halophytes occur in the tidal marshes and also coastal dunes, where there is a edge of the sea as well as a river. That condition is called as marshy or coastal area. And there what happened, the mangroves plants as well as the saline soil is very high in nature. Okay, so which plant they will grow in this area? Already we studied the mangroves plants. Mangroves, there is a specialized characteristics of the mangrove plant. Already we studied it. What is that? Do you know, Mr. Dhanalakshmi? Can you understand what is mangrove plants? Where it will grow?
Sir, it will grow in marshy areas, sir.
Okay. Why?
Because of less water content, sir.
Less water content. One more is there, very, very important one. Suppose we are living. Why we are living? What is the reason? You do not know, isn't it? Without oxygen, what happened? Without oxygen, we cannot able to survive, isn't it, my dear? The mangrove plant, mangrove plants, what happened, just imagine in this particular area, the marshy means that oxygen concentration will be very less in nature. So the plant, they cannot survive. So their roots comes out. Okay, comes out and has the specialized pore. That pore is called as nematophore. The oxygen transformation takes place in that area. Okay, my dears, that is the thing. See, the mangrove are found in the marshy conditions of tropical deltas and along the ozone edges. That's why I told you, ozone edges. Some species of the mangroves can excrete salt through the salt glands on the leaves also. Some of the mangrove plants, they are having the specialized, what is that? Glands also present in it. The glands, what happened? The salt, what mean? Excrete in the form of salt. Okay, These are the specialized characteristics features of the plant, mangrove plants. Okay, see that some mangroves, okay, my dear, some mangrove plants can exclude the salt from the root by pumping excess salt back into the soil. This is also another important point. This is also another important. Okay, my dear. This is also another important. Okay, one is in the form of leaf, salt is also excreted. And the another one is the root is also what happened, it excretes in the form of salt back to the soil. And another one, for coping with the condition of high salt concentration and osmotic potential, many mangrove plants have high level of organic solids. Where the salt concentration increases, automatically what happens, the osmotic potential also increases. This is NEET question, my dear students. In mangrove plant, the high salt concentration, what will be the osmotic potential? Like that, they may ask the questions. Okay, so the osmotic potential also simultaneously increase. Okay, many mangrove plants have high level of organic solids, high level of organs. When you are going to analyze this part, such as one of the amino acids called as proline and sorbitol. These are the sorbitol is nothing but a carbohydrate. These two components will be how it will be high in nature. Okay, my dear. So first of all, you should note it down. Two things is that. So in this part, salt concentration increases, automatically the osmotic potential also increases. Okay. And then one more is that when the high concentration of the salt, suppose you are analyzing that content, what happened? The organic solids such as proline. Proline is nothing but the one of the amino acids. Simply we may call it as amino acids. Sorbitol is nothing but the solid, they told, isn't it? It is nothing but the one of the biomolecule. Okay. These two components will be very high in nature. Okay, my dear. What is the next one? One of the best example has given here. Very, very important, my dear. Very, very important. Okay. So don't forget. So this is very, very important. See, this is very, very important. Abyssinia and Rhizopora. These are the two examples is important, my dear. These two examples. The two examples is very, very important. Which one? One is called as Abyssinia. Another one is called Rhizopora. They are all considered the getting known as red mangrove plants, a dominant species in mangrove forests and have a special adaptation such as nematophore. Don't forget, my dear student, this is very, very important. Nematophore, prop and stilt root, and vivipary. What is the meaning of vivipary? Give an examples of vivipary. Abyssinia is an example of vivipary. Seeds germination age while on the trees. During the fruit formation, what happens? So roots also formation takes place. Such type of plant is called as, what is that? Vivipary. See that example too. I will explain it properly. See here, one is called as Abyssinia, isn't it, my dear? Abyssinia. See, take an example. So any one of the plant, you can take an example. Any one of the plant. Okay. Plant. So here there is some branches. Just to note it down. These are they are all having some branches, isn't it? So they are having some branches. Here some fruits is also there, isn't it, my dear? Here there is some fruits. During the fruit condition, what happened? The plant will be grow. Okay, take an example. It's outside. This is considered a fruits, isn't it? This fruits already in our body. It's a small fruits. The fruits, it contain, what is that? During the fruits, when it grow, when it attaches to the plant, in the parent plant, during that condition, it will be grow. It will be grow as a plant. Let's just imagine. It will be grow like this. From this one, the plant, it will be grow. Okay. It is also attached here. Okay. Just imagine like this. Okay, this condition is called as, what is it? Vivipary. What is the meaning of vivipary? Vivipary. Okay, media. Vivipary is nothing but what is that? During the parental condition, the seeds, it will be grow as a plantlets. This is called as, what is that? Vivipary. Example, Abyssinia. Okay, my dear. Abyssinia. And second one is very, very important, my dear. Second one is also very, very important. That is called as nematophore. What is the meaning of nematophore? You know, one of the plant, which plant they told, you know? Which plant, pa? Take an example of any one of the plant like this. Okay. And also having stilt root. Stilt root means it also originated any part of plant directly, you know, but there is a small, what is that? This is called as main root. These are all are called as main root, isn't it? But this is called a stilt root. It is giving the support. Stilt root. Okay. So this is the plant. Okay. So imagine. Okay. So this is the considered plant. Here what happened, you know, this is considered a ground. Okay. This is considered a ground floor. Here the oxygen concentration will be very less in nature. Here what happened, no, in this marshy area or water, what happened, you know, the oxygen content, it will be very less in nature. So the plant, they cannot get enough oxygen. That is the reason they can move from here to, okay, the oxygen, it will not get enough to this plant. Okay. Okay, imagine like this. So as a result, what happened, you know, the plant automatically, it has a specialized adaptation. Specialized adaptation. What is that, you know? They produce a root and also what happened, you know? Okay. Okay, see here. And this root is also comes out from the soil. Okay, my dear. From the outside. So there is a small pore-like structure. There is a small spore is there. Okay. The small spore, what is the use of the small spore? You know, it is nothing but, what is that? Nematophore. Okay. This is called as, what is that? Nematophore. P heights. Nematophore. Okay. So as a result, what happened? What is the main uses of this one? You know, the oxygen, what is that? It may be entered through this pore and also it reaches the plant. Enough oxygen it will be get it from this pore. Okay. So this is the plant. Okay, my dear. So this is also called as rhizophora. The plant name is called as, what is that? Rhizophora. These two are very, very important, my dear. Rhizophora. Okay, the plant name is Rhizophora. It has a specialized structure is called as, what is that? Root. It contains a specialized spore is called as nematophore. The nematophore, what is the main use of this one? You know, the osmolar regulation is simply called as a gaseous exchange. Yes, what is that? Exchange of gases. Okay, exchange. Okay, these are the special type of adaptation, my dear students. Okay, my dear, take care. So this is very, very important. Okay. See this one. The presence of the nematophore, the respiratory root, again, it's otherwise it's called as respiratory roots, help take up the oxygen from the atmosphere and transport it to the main roots. Already we discussed this part, isn't it, my dear? Okay. So go to the next one. This is very, very important. So this is called as mangrove plants. These are all are called as stilt roots. The main roots is the, see the marshy places. Okay. The water is the, and also having the some clay. See the texture and structure, you can understand. So see the structures. These are all are stilt root from the other part of the plant body. This is called a stilt root, isn't it, my dear? Here there is a small, what is that? See that here. These are all are considered. Yeah. What is the next one? The prop and stilt root. Many species of the mangrove give support to the plant in wet substratum. Vivipary permits a plant to escape the effect of salinity on seed germination. Because during the saline condition, what happened? The plant, it will not grow in initial stage. So that's why the plant, it will grow during fruit formations. Okay, my dear. And also another one is Danilelila. Okay, so species green and halophytic algae found in the hypersaline lakes. Sometimes they may ask the questions, which one of the algae found in the where? In the lake, like that they may ask the questions. Okay, which one is that? Dunaliella. Dunaliella. Okay, my dear. Here what happens, can tolerate saline condition by accumulating glycerol in the cell. That is very, very important. Glycerol is the one of the fatty acid waxy substances present in it. So that is very, very important, my dear students. So once more, I will repeat for you. Two things you should note it down. One is called as vivipary. Another one is called as what is the respiratory route. Vivipary examples already in our word Abyssinia. And also rhizophore is an example of which one you know? Nematophore, otherwise called as respiratory route. And another one example is called as Dunaliella. It's one of the fungi, mostly algae, halophyte algae, mostly present in the where you know saline, hypersaline lakes. But it can survive in that area means because the presence of or accumulation of the glycerol in the cell, which help in the osmosis regulation. Idea. This is very, very important. What is the next one? And another subject we are going to discuss. That is a adaptation of oligotrophic soil. What is by oligosaccharides? The oligosaccharide already you studied in the. What is by oligosaccharide, Dhanalakshmi? Are you studied anywhere?
No, sir.
Why? Already studied, pa. So many times I also explained that things. Okay. See. For example, inulin is an example. For example, inulin. Okay. The inulin is also one of the polysaccharide. Sorry. Okay, my dear. See here. Inulin is also one of the polysaccharide. The polysaccharide is made up of only fructose molecules. Fructose. Okay. Fructose, again fructose, again fructose, again fructose, only fructose only. Such type of molecules are also called as what is that? Oligo, only made up of only one sugar molecules. Now you got it, no?
Yes, sir.
What is the meaning? That sugar molecule it contains
Two or more monosaccharides. So more than two or more.
maximum it up to the 60 molecules only. 60 molecules of residues. They told 60 molecules of residues. Okay, residues only present this molecules only. For example, starch is an example. Starch. Okay. So what is the meaning of starch? Starch is made up of two components is there. One is called as amylose and another one is called as amylopectin. Okay. Okay, my dear. So these are the two molecules have been reported. At the same time, take an examples of cellulose. Okay. Cellulose is also one of the polysaccharide, isn't it, my dear? Cellulose. The cellulose made up of what is that? You know, more than one glucose molecule. Glucose. Their unit is only glucose molecule. Here, the inulin is an example. This is a NEET question, my dear. Okay. NEET point of view, they ask the question. Oligosaccharide. Oligo denoted as O, first letter. Only one sugar molecule. But it has many number. Number of sugar molecules up to how many? I told, you know, 60 molecules told. I told you. Only fructose. 1 to 60 molecules. Only presence of the fructose molecules only with the help of the glycosidic linkage. Already in our glucose molecules united with the another glucose molecules or fructose molecule connected with the another fructose molecule with the help of the bond is called as what is that? Glycosidic bond. Don't forget, my dear. This is very, very important. Two things is very, very important. Okay. So that is very, very important, my dears. Please. Okay. Go to the next one. Okay. See this one. See here, the oligotrophic soil. What is the meaning of oligotrophic? Here you have it's slightly different. How? The oligotrophic soils contain low amount of nutrition. First point you note it down. Okay, media. First point you have to note it down. Which one you know? How it will be? The oligo soil contain, which one you know? Contain low nutrition. First of all, you should note it down. First point is low nutrition. It's a very less amount of minerals and so on. So this soil develop in old and geological stable area, such as soil found in much of the tropical rainforest region, where it will be present in rainforest region, because of intense weathering and high rate of leaching. What is meant by leaching? Leaching is nothing but the complete removal of the nutrition from the soil. That condition is called as leaching. Take an example. Sand. Sand. Take an example. Sand. Isn't it? The sand in our board. Tamil we may call it as, what is that? Okay. This one. The particle size, it will be very large in nature. So they will not carry the water molecule. They will not have the capability to hold the water molecules. Hydrocolloidal nature, it will not there. So during the rainy season, what happened? You know, the water molecules as well as the nutrition also completely, what is that? Elucidate. It maybe comes out. That process is called as, what is that? Leaching. These soils have a poor nutrition retention capacity. That is very, very important, my dear. Also, again, repeat for you. Oligotrophic. Isn't it? Oligotrophic soil. The oligotrophic soil contain low amount of nutrients. Why? Because the process of leaching. How it will be? Because these are the properties. It has a large soil particle, and also they will not have the capability to hold the water molecule. It is not have the hydrocolloidal capacity. So during the raining season, what happened? The nutrients are already present in it. No, it will be elicited from the soil. So it is a less nutrition present in it adhere on the surface of the soil particle. Okay, my dear, that condition is called as leaching. See the next one. Excuse me. Next one. In nutrient poor soil, nutrients accumulation. Okay, media. Nutrients accumulation in vegetation is high. Okay. Many plants growing in the nutrients poor soil possesses mycorrhiza. Okay, mycorrhiza, which have a mutualistic association of the root with the fungi, because the fungi, it has a specialized root structure. So what happened? You know, it can grow with the help of the mycorrhiza. Is a special type of root. There is no any primary, secondary, tertiary root. Only one root is there. It is also made up of multicellular. Okay, see here, they have given as a mycorrhiza help in the efficient absorption of nutrients. In this condition, just imagine nutritive poor soil. The plants also grow at the same time with the help of the mycorrhiza root, where the fungi is grow. So what will be the main role of the mycorrhiza? Just mycorrhiza help in the efficient absorption of the nutrients, particularly phosphorus is an example. Okay, my dear. These are the important of which one you know? Fungi as well as the oligosaccharides. Okay, my dear. See this one. Adaptation of oligotrophic soil. Oligotrophic soil, what is the meaning? The nutrition will be very less in nature. So what happened? The fungi also grow in that particular area, so it can absorb the water molecule and nutrition by which one you know? One of the specialized root structure is called as mycorrhiza. Particularly the phosphorus is very, very important. It is also one of the NEET question, my dear. It is also one of the NEET question. NEET point of view, note it down. Okay, my dear. Next, adaptation to the cold. Next heading is also very, very important, my dears. Cold means very less temperature or minus. Take an example, sir. So, as sessile animals, excuse me, sessile animals such as the branchioles, molluscus, snail, insects, spiders, nematode, living in the very cold intertidal zone of the northern shores. And several insect and spider resist of the effect of the cold spell by the process known as cold hardening. What is the meaning of hardening? Cold hardening means it can resist the cold. Okay, fight against it. Just imagine, fight against means what can be the body is also fight against the cold like that. That condition is called as cold hardening. The freeze-tolerant organism have ice nucleating agent. This is very, very important, my dear student. Ice nucleating agent, minute solid particle, dust, food, large molecules, proteins, which induce the ice formation in the extracellular space at a very low sub-zero temperature. Already we studied it. Even a cell, a plant cell or animal cell, it is made up of cell. But in between, they are all compactly packed, isn't it? Some of the cell, they may be compactly packed. There is no any intracellular space. And in this category, what happened, the ice nucleating agent is also present in it. Minute solid particles, dust also present in it. Food, depends upon their food also very, very important. Most of these cold blooded animals, they can take only the carnivorous like. Large molecules, proteins also very, very important, which induce the ice formation of the extracellular phase. Suppose this is considered a cell. Okay. Here there is a space. This is called as extracellular space. Okay, my dear. The extracellular space is what is that? Water molecule present in it. It can be freeze. So the internal temperatures also come to down. So it will prevented by these molecules. What happened? The freezing temperature is what is that? Maintain the body temperature. Homeostasis is maintained by the particular animal. That condition, even if it is very low sub-zero temperature. See an example. So these are the examples, my dear. There are so many examples have given: molluscus, insects, starfish, and also invertebrates also, arthropoda. These are the example has given for the which one in adaptation of cold. Okay, my dear. So go to the next one. See, this slow and controlled freezing prevent sudden damaging ice formation. Even the body, what happened? It will suddenly prevent the ice formation. So it will take some more times. For slow and controlled freezing, only a small amount of water in withdrawn. Some organisms accumulate, already we discussed it, glycerol, proline, trehalose, sorbitol, and polyhydric alcohol. These are very, very important. What is that? Molecules to accumulate in the living organism. Then only it can escape from the cold temperature. Some freeze avoiding animals such as frog, lizard, and turtles can tolerate environmental temperature. Some of the animals, such as which one frog, lizard, and also turtles can tolerate environmental temperature. Okay, my dear. So this is the exception. How it will be? See here, the below. Okay, so the below what happened? Below 0 degrees Celsius, by accumulating glycerol, anti-freezer protein is called as glycopeptide. Sometimes they may ask the question, my dear student. This is also very, very important NEET questions. This is also a very, very important, my dear. This is okay. So this is also a very, very important. Okay, my dear. So this is very, very important questions because accumulation of the glycerol anti-freezer protein is called as glycopeptide, glucose with protein molecules, and polyhydric alcohol, polyols. And proline is amino acid, triglycerides that lowering freezing point of their body fluids. These are the components. What happen, present in the body fluid of the animals. It can, what happen, lowering the freezing point. That is very, very important. These are the important component. These are the important component. Okay, my dear. Even 0 degrees Celsius. The presence of such anti-freezer compound, anti-freezer, these are all are called as anti-freezer compound. Okay, so allow the fish, mollusks, insects, spider, mites, and also Antarctica region to remain active in the seawater. How it will be active? Due to the presence of these components present in the body fluid, they fight against the low temperature. Okay, these chemicals bind to membrane and prevent binding of water and preserve the integrity of the cell structure. This is also another important. So, for example, take an example, any one of the animal. Here, what happened, these are the component. Particularly, tell us the which one, the chemical bind to the membrane. This is considered as a membrane. This is considered as a membrane. Okay, my dear. This is membrane. So here, what happened? The deposition of the other component. What are the component? Already they told, different component, freezing component. Okay, different components also deposited here. Just imagine. It will not easily, what happened, mixed with the water molecule. Suppose if it is a fat, just imagine. Any one of the fat molecules deposited here, the fat molecules not dissolve with the water molecule. They are, what happened, water hatting. Water hatting. Okay, water hatting molecules. Okay, hatting. Okay, my dear. Water hatting means it's not mixed with this one. Okay, so when you are applying oil, what happens? Automatically the water is dissociated from the membrane. Okay, so the deposition of these components, what happen? They will not easily bind to the water, bind with the water molecules. Prevention of binding. So when you are binding, what happens? It will be melt into the ice, isn't it? That condition is prevented by this component. Okay, my dear. So this is a important point. Okay. So next one is, see that strategy of the adaptation in animals. Strategies of the adaptation in animals. Here, first we are going to discuss the migration. What is the meaning of migration, my dear student? Migration already we studied, isn't it? How? The migration is nothing but the movement from the one place to another place. Movement of the one place to another place, whether it may animal or bats or some other. So this is the first point is called as migration. What is the meaning of migration? See here. The migration involves the long distance. Migration involves the long distance. This is very, very important. Or short distance. Here 5 kilometers. Here 5,000 kilometers. You know the difference. Okay, my dear. You know the difference. Movement of the animal from the one region to another region. Already we discussed the Siberian bird, isn't it? It is also moved from the Australia to India. See here. The Arctic terns or sea birds. Arctic terns. Note it down, my dear. And sea birds that make a round trip of thousands of miles between the North Atlantic and the Arctic breeding ground to the Antarctica every year. How many kilometers? Here they are asking which question, according to these adaptation, strategies of the adaptation in animals, okay, by the process of migration, okay, North Atlantic to Arctic breeding, they can move. Which type of bird, which one of the following, like that they may ask, these are the important point. Okay, my dear. Every year, each and every year, the seasonal variation is there. During that seasonal variation, automatically the animals also migrate from the one place to another place. That is considered as one region to another region. Okay, my dear. They have given us an example. Another important one has given. See, this is the important point. So, Africa wild beast. Africa wild beast. Migrate a long distance following a geographical pattern of the seasonal rainfall and the availability of the fresh vegetation. They can move for the only, which one fresh vegetation. And second thing is locust. Locust migrate the search of new feeding grounds from the food depleted area in a large number of the arid region. Okay, these are the two examples has given. One is called as Africa wildebeest, another one is called as locust. Okay, media. So these are all comes under the headings known as adaptational oriented. Okay, what are the next one? See this is the bird that can fly thousands of miles. Okay, from the one region to another region. And one more is there, about that Australian Siberian bird is also already discussed. Okay, see the next one. We are going to discuss the important things, my dear. So what are the things, here there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 type of things as given. During the seasonal variation, what are the animals they are doing? They are having the specialized habitat and behaviors. See here, hibernation. Okay, example northern ground squirrels. Even taken examples of crocodile also. See that true hibernates go into sleep during the winter body temperature drops. Breathing and heartbeat become slow. How it will be there? Why it's good to the hibernation? Due to the high temperature or low temperature, whatever it may be, whether low or high, you can take that one. During this one, what happened, animals undergo the, what is that? Sleeping process. Okay, they can sleep. And then second one is the estivation. The ground squirrel in the southwest desert. Squirrel is an example. Here also, ground squirrel. Avoid heat by spending dry, hot period in a torpid, inactive state into the burrows. Burrows means it's also buried under the soil. It can make a small hole-like structure and also live under the soil only. Okay. And cryptic appearance, camouflage, that is very, very important, my dear. This is very, very important. So many times they ask the question. Leaf-like grasshopper. Already we saw it. So many leaf grasshopper look like a leaf. Grasshopper resemble the complete leaf or appear to be a part of a leaf. Okay. Mimics a dead leaf and also resembles background vegetation. See this one? You can understand. This one. Okay, my dear. Here, so this is a leaf structure. This is a leaf. Okay. This is a leaf. Okay, what about this one? This one is an animal. This one is a animal. Okay, my dear. The animals look like a leaf-like structure. This is called as what is that? Camouflage or mimic. Similar structure. We cannot be able to find out which one is leaf, which one is animals. Like that, we cannot be able to find out. Such things is called as what is that? Mimic. Okay, camouflage. See this one. And the birds and mimic. Prey mantis, monarch butterfly, and the mimic viceroy butterfly. These are the two examples has given. Monarch butterfly containing toxic in the body, and the mimicked by viceroy butterfly containing no toxin. These are the two butterfly is similar, but one it has a toxic substance, another one is not having the toxic substance. Such type of similarity is called as Bastian mimicry. Another one is called as Mullerian mimicry. The monarch butterfly and the mimic queen butterfly. See here, monarch butterfly and also queen butterfly. Here, praying mantis monarch butterfly and the mimic viceroy butterfly. Here there is a difference between. But here, what happened? Monarch butterfly and the mimic queen butterfly. How it will be? Both butterfly species look similar and are also distasteful. Distasteful, what is the meaning? Distasteful. They cannot be able to hunt the other animal, the predator, because the taste is very unpleasant. So it can escape from the atmosphere or hunter. And last one is called as echolocation. Echolocation. Horseshoe bat. produce high frequency of sound, detect the presence of the echoes produced from the object on the same principles of sonar. Already we know bats, how they are hunting their prey means with the help of, what is that? What is that? Sonar. It's nothing but the rays, ultraviolet ultrasonic rays. It pass, and also when it reach the object, and also it come back, isn't it? And receive the symbol, and also they can fly towards the rays. Next important one, we will finish it up to this level, my dear students. See here, camouflage or camouflage. In some animals, the capacity to blend with the surrounding. Blend. What is the meaning? Blend. Blend means we cannot able to visible which is plant, which is a animal. Okay, so like that. Take an example. So one of the best example, chameleon. Chameleon, where it is adhere on the surface, which color is there? It can be easily changed. Some members of the biotic community, particularly animals, develop certain protective mechanism to avoid to check the enemies. To avoid to check the enemies also. The weaker members sometimes camouflage to avoid detection. Butterflies and moth have a colors matching the flower colors to make their detection difficult. Okay, so here the some of the butterfly they can, what is that? And moths also. Already we discussed so many moths. Okay, this is the melanisms. Already we discussed in the Gopland Island, Galapland Island, isn't it? Gopland or Galapland Island. What happened? Oh, the moth color is similar to that of the bark of the tree. White color moth, it can be easily hunted. Black moth is escape from the area. Likewise, the butterfly as well as the moth have the color matching of the flower colors to make their detection difficult. Is one of the best example, chameleon. See here, this is an example of chameleon. It look like a colotus. Okay, but here the color is also blue, green is yellow in color, similar to that of the leaf colors. It can match with the, which one you know? Which one? So this is constellation. This is the chameleon animal. This one is chameleon. Okay, my dear. This is the chameleon. See, this is the chameleon, isn't it? See the structure. So this is the chameleon, isn't it? The chameleon is similar to that of the leaf structure. See, this is the leaf. Okay. The leaf structure is also similar. We cannot be able to find out which one is animal, which one is a leaf, because it can change their color and adapt with the leaf color. So the prey they cannot be able to find. Okay. At the same time, it is also one of the most advantage to hunt the prey also for this animal. Okay. So go to the next one. These are all are called as what is it? Camouflage. The camouflage can be easily absorbed in the preying mantis and leaf insects, which even mimic the shape of the leaves and the branches. Okay. In some insect, reptiles and mammals have marking on their bodies, which make it difficult to distinguish them from shadow and the branches or from the other member of the group. Take an examples of giraffe. Take an examples of another one. Zebra. The lining is there, no? The marking. Even take an examples of tiger, lion, whatever it may be. We cannot able to. So sorry, tiger only. A cheetah. Okay. We cannot able to find out which animals the marking is not similar. Okay. There is a difficult and distinguish them. That is very, very important, my dear students. Okay. See this one. So this is already we discussed. This is the leaf structures already know. The leaf structure is similar to that of the animal structure. The animal, they can change their color. Okay. And likewise, there are so many grasshopper also already we saw it in our area. Okay, my dear. So this is another one. Today we will finish it up to this level, my dear students. So next part, mimicry. Mimicry means same things is also. There are two laws have been, you are going to study this part in the Batchian mimicry. And another one is called as, what is that, and Mullerian mimicry. These are the two things is very, very important, my dear. So today what we are discussed, I will summarize all those things. Okay, my dears. So first of all, you should note it down. Very, very important things. Okay. Adaptation of hydrophytes, isn't it? Adaptation of aquatic environment. Hydrophytes is an example. Hydrophytes mostly present the aquatic plants. The aquatic plant, there is a specialized structure is that the specialized structure is called as a presence of parenchyma. The parenchyma, what happened? It filled with the air, and the intracellular space is also very large in nature. At the same time, they filled with the air. They can easily floating on the surface of the water. So the condition is called as buoyancy. Okay, my dear. Already we saw it. This structure is also okay, and also the extracellular space. How it will be? These are the spaces, isn't it? It filled with the air. They can be easily what happened now. This part is called as what is in cortex. First part is epidermis, followed by cortex is there, then endodermis, then inner side xylem and phloem, and also pith is there. Already we studied in the. But here, what is that? This is the leaf structure. Okay, so leaf structure. Don't forget, my dear. See this one. Adaptation in saline environment. Adaptation in saline environment. Already in our halophytes is there. Halophyte, the salt content is in very high in nature. So what are the plant they will be growing in this area? Mangrove plant is there. Take an example. So it will be the delta along the ozone edges. Some species of the mangroves can excrete the salt through the salt gland. So already we discussed here, the salt gland is there. And also some of them are having the which one root also they excrete the salt. Another one is also, what is that? Osmotic potential. When the high concentration of the salt, what happens automatically? The osmotic potentials also increases. Okay. So what is the reason for the osmotic potential? Due to the deposition of the component, organic solid components such as proline and sorbitol. Don't forget, my dear. This is very, 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 very important. You can put 100 and 1000 times in this part. And the next is specialized characteristics. Abyssinia and Rhizopora, red mangroves. These are all are called as red mangrove. Abyssinia already in our board. It is a what is that? What is the main functions of the Abyssinia? It is nothing but the what is the rest? Sorry, that young one grow in the plant is itself. Fruits also grow, and the young plants also produce in the seed also grow in the parental plant itself. That is very, very important. Rhizopora. Rhizopora is nothing but the specialized structure is called as nematophore. This nematophore used for the gaseous exchange, otherwise called as a respiratory process, also called as osmoregulation. Okay, my dear. So these are the plant already we discussed. And the next one is called as this is the structure. This is these type of plants also it has a what is a respiratory root. These are the respiratory roots also there. And specialized stilt roots also present in it. The stilt root, these are all called as stilt roots. Okay, my dear. And then vivipary, already in our board. Another one is called as what is the dun annellia. Okay, so allelia, sorry. So this species is green and halophytic algae found in hypersaline lakes. How it will know the presence of the glycerol? Glycerol is the one of the fatty acids. Okay, fatty acid component, fat component. Deposit in the cell. That's why what happened, the osmoregulation is also very easy. Okay, my dear. Another one is called as adaptation to oligotrophic soil. What is the meaning of oligotrophic? Already we discussed. The oligotrophic soil is nothing but the low nutrient content, low amount of nutrients. Okay, so the soils generally develop in old and geological stable areas such as soil found in much of the tropical rainforest region. Rainforest. During the rainforest, what happened? One of the processes occurred that is called as leaching. What is the meaning of leaching? Completely removal of the mineral from the soil particle. As a result, what happened? The soil containing less nutrients. Okay, that soil is called as oligotrophic. That oligotrophic soil. The oligotrophical is also what happened very important for the growth of the fungi, because the fungi it has a specialized structure, mycorrhizae. The mycorrhizae easily absorb the water molecule and minerals from the oligotrophic soil. Okay, particularly phosphorus. Don't forget, my dear students, phosphorus. So you can come to the conclusion: oligotrophic soil, the mangrove, the fungi plants also absorb the which type of elements? The phosphorus. Maximum absorption takes place by the fungi, particularly with the help of the mycorrhiza plant. And adaptation of the cold. Adaptation of the cold. There are so many animals that have been reported, particularly sessile animals such as the branchials and molluscus, snails, and insects, and spider, nematode, living very cold interstitial zonal of the northern shores. Okay, they can fight against the cold conditions. So it is called as cold hardening. The freezer tolerant against where heavy ice nucleating agent, minute solid particle, dust and food and large molecules, proteins also present in it, which include the ice formation, extracellular space at very low sub-zero temperature. Okay, my dear. So these are the very, very important components. These component present in it. That's why what happened now, it will not mingle, it will not react with the water molecules. So the animals, they can be easily escape from the conditions. These are the example, already we saw it. Okay, my dear. So particularly the accumulation of the component, which are the component, what are the component? Glycerol, proline and triglycerol, sorbitol and polyhydric alcohol. Some freeze avoiding animals such as the frog, lizards, and also turtles can tolerate environmental temperature. This is also this question also sometimes they may ask the question, which are the animals? What are the animals they can tolerate the environmental temperature? Like that, they may ask the question, my dear. The temperature, it will be very less in nature, below 0 degrees Celsius by accumulating glycerol, antifreezer protein, don't forget glycopeptide, polyhydric alcohol, polynols, proline, trichalose, that lower freezing point of their body fluids. Okay, these are the very, very important. And also another one, that these chemicals bind to the membrane and prevent the binding of water. It prevents the binding of water. Then only what happens, they can, this type of animal, they can survive in the, even in the low temperature. Okay, my dears, that is very, very important. Okay, so as strategy of the adaptation in animals, migration, you know all about the one region to another region. What are the example has given? Camp flock. What is that? How it will be look like this? It is also similar to that of the environment, which plant or animal, whatever that, whether it can be changed their colors. That is very, very important, my dear students. Okay, so given examples. Which one? This is the one of the animals, as well as the grasshopper also. Some of the insects also very, very important. Chameleon is also very good example for the mimic and also camouflage. Okay, my dear. So these are the, we will see the remaining things on the next classes, my dear students. Thank you so much for the participation. Bye. Take care.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Da. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.